Hi. I have just finished recording episodes 5 and 6 of my review series. We're going to put them together because they missed episode 5 last week. However, it got corrupted. So I decided to come here on this really quick video to talk just about Snatch Game because I think that this is like the main point of like how I could help you lovely gringos to like, understand who the characters are and like, talk about the girls' performances. Of course, from a personal lens of like how I see the level of success of their impersonation and their performance overall on Snatch Game. So let's go. Our first Snatch Game character is Narcisa Tamborindeg, being played by Helena Maldita.
Ai, que loucura! Ai, que Noronha! Felicidade, feliz ano novo! Olha o pico! De Noronha, o picão de Noronha!
Don't touch, it's art.
Narcisa is known for being this over-the-top personality, and she is a socialite. I would say that like a US like parallel will be like, I don't know, like a housewife, She is known for being rich. She's known for being kind of cuckoo. She has this really like unique way of talking. And I think that Helena did a great job. Helena on the Snatch Game was like one of my favorites for sure. I can totally see why she won the episode. The hands, the voice, like the choice of like what she would say when answering Drag Queen or like interacting with the other queens and etc. Like, she is really smart, and Snatch Game is a really like pivotal point, I think, for Helena, because like the judges have been talking about like, oh, we kind of want to see you not just being pretty. And I think that on Snatch Game, she didn't like, she was focused on giving you comedy, impersonation, and like, just like, I was going to win this episode. That to me, that was what Helena gave. And now that she, served something that is not just like, oh, I am so pretty, look at me. Or like so focused on, oh, I need to be pretty. I think that now the judges probably like stop talking about that. And we are going to be able to just like enjoy Helena's performance as a whole in the challenge. And we will get to just enjoy Helena's performance on the competition without like worrying of the judges being like, oh, but you're still relying on pretty, kinda. So like, I'm glad that this is over. Next, we have a kind of unfortunate one. Shannon Scarlett playing Inês Brasil.
Eu chamo meu advogado na Alemanha, eu chamo todo mundo.
Se nós não existirmos,
meu amor, eu sou professora de dança!
I would never have done Inês Brasil because of like what happened to Shannon. Because I was really hoping that Shannon would not just fall in the trap of just like doing Inês as like this character that is all about sex and because like she was not really giving Inês as a whole, because Inês Brasil is a internet personality. She got famous on the internet when people discovered her like audition video for Big Brother Brazil, and after that she just like skyrocketed. She was a prostitute that married a German man in the 90s. So she spent also like time in German. She knows how to speak German. It's like one of the like quirks for her character is that like every once in a while, like on an interview, she would just like talk German as well. But yeah, and she's just again another over the top personality because like there's so many nuances to her character because like she has that like very much like, you know, like sexy sensual vibe to her, but she, you know, also like is a very firm believer in God. She's a religious person, like, you know, so I missed that. Like, where is, you know, like, you know, thanking God for like some random shit? Where's like, and she also has so many like catchphrases that she didn't say, or at least it wasn't shown to us, because also this Snatch game was kind of short. I don't know, it felt short to me. But yeah, like she's a very like nuanced character because she has an accent, like the way that she speaks, like her rhythm and like things that she chooses to like put emphasis in is also like a really like key point for her. So it was a really unfortunate like weak like challenge performance from Shannon, and her look and the runway truly saved her, because I do see an universe where she would be in the bottom too. Next up, we have a delightful surprise. And I think that this was my favorite Snatch Game performance for this group of gals. Dallas DeVille playing Dilma Rousseff.
Não acho que quem ganhar ou quem perder, nem quem ganhar nem perder, vai ganhar ou perder. Vai todo mundo perder.
Or, as I like to call her, Jill Mãe, aka Jill Mother. She is a former president, like my personal former president, because I do not consider any of the two people after her as presidents. Because she is, of course, a political figure. She was wrongfully impeached. And she's known for, like, her speeches, really. Like, some of her speeches are so random and, like, just, like, yeah, I think that the best word that I can use to describe her, like, is random. She had, like, really, like, interesting choices for her speeches. She, like, my favorite, like, thing ever from Juma is her talking to, like, journalists, and she was just, like, explaining to them her favorite, like, pasta recipe.
E aí, o que você faz? Bota pimenta do reino. Aquela assim.
And that's why Drag Queen, when she was, like, introducing the characters, she asked Dallas if she was, like, still making pasta with her grandson. And, like, because that became a big meme. And, like, Dallas did incredibly well this episode. This was what I was expecting to see from her. Because, again, I know that she has potential. And, like, when Greg on the runway said that she is so glad of every single time she, like, clocked her and, like, gave her some tough love, like, yes, like, this is the moment that we were all, like, awaiting Dallas to deliver. And I do think that the only reason why she didn't win the challenge was her runway. I will say that. But yeah, it's a really strong performance from Dallas that I wasn't expecting. And it's just, I'm sad that, like, we had to lose people like Melusine and Aquarela. But her Snatch Game performance kind of, like, made up for it. Like, I now am okay with her, like, still being here. Unfortunately, next episode is a sewing challenge, and I think she'll be in trouble. So maybe this was, like, her peak in the season. But at least she got one. At least that. And next, my predictions were correct. Ruby Ocean playing Marília Gabriela.
Vou colar uma pergunta aí. Vai parecer capciosa, mas não é, porque fica totalmente adequada em cima de tudo que você falou.
I said on episode 2 or 3 or 4, in some of the episodes, I think that I mentioned it more than once, that like I was worried for Ruby on Snatch Game because Ruby is funny, but she is unintentionally funny. Like Ruby as a person, Ruby as a drag queen, as a, human being is funny, but I don't think she knows that. And because she doesn't know that, there was no way she's going to be able to to channel that, right? It was kind of like Angeria on the Snatch Game for season 14. Like Angeria is so funny on the workroom and like on the confessionals, but then on Snatch Game she flopped. I was really hoping that she would like not flop this episode, but she did. And I just now realized that I didn't explain who Maria Gabriela is. Maria Gabriela is like one of the most famous like interviewers in Brazil. She has been interviewing people for like 30 years, maybe more actually. And like if I was going to give you like a like parallel for like the US, maybe like Barbara Walters, because like interviewers, Maria Gabriela has a really interesting like way of delivering like her questions and like mannerisms and like her tone, her voice, like the intonation. Like Maria Gabriela is a very specific character that to me was a bad idea of Ruby to do that. And Greg on the like walkarounds, she did say that Maria Gabriela was a bit shaky, and I think that Ruby should have just like, I cannot say that she should have done something, but maybe change her character. Pick whatever character that it would not be as shaky. I think that picking Maria Gabriela was a bad choice. And also, am I going insane, or did Greg actually say that Maria Gabriela does not like to be impersonated? I think it was that. I'm going to check on the episode and put here on the screen. So yeah, I was really sad for Ruby, because like she was trying her best to impersonate her. However, the comedic timing wasn't there because the setups were so long. And then there was no like reward. The punchline was not punchlining. So yeah, a really unfortunate, like bad performance for Ruby. I kind of knew that she was going to be in the bottom. So, however, again, Ruby is funny because on Twitter, she like posted a screenshot of like Alyssa Edwards' tweet to Katy Perry after bombing Snatch Game on season 5, and she actually made a Brazilian Portuguese version of it for Maria Gabriela. She is so funny. I adore her. I truly adore her. And now going to the second batch of girls, we have another unfortunate bad performance. NASA as Márcia Sensitiva.
Voa, cara, voa! Meu marido foi embora. Vai com Deus, meu chapa. Próximo! Ela não presta porque ela é mentirosa, porque ela é falsa. E você é o quê? Fofoqueira!
Márcia is a medium. She became famous on the internet for like her very like kind of harsh way of delivering like motivational like talks to people or like giving like advice. You know, like the thing that NASA referenced a lot, the "Parece loca." It's a meme from a like radio show that she used to have, I'm pretty sure, or was it a podcast, where she was giving advice to this girl. I'll say that like she has a calm, like, and collected energy, but like also like cunty and harsh. Like, she's severe. And like the whole thing with her is like the way that she is going to be very calmly like saying something, and then she would just have like this burst of like anger, of energy, and that was missing for NASA. Because like even when she tried delivering the "Parece loca," she kind of smiled after it. She was not like, her delivery was not at the level that it should have been for Marcia to be a successful character on Snatch Game. So I think that she was like my clear bottom this week. Like, Ruby and Shannon, I was very much like, what, like, But I think that NASA was like the clear bottom, because also, as she said on the deliberation, she froze. Like, her mind went blank. She couldn't think of like quick answers to give. So like she just really bombed this challenge, and I hate to see it because I love NASA. I love NASA. I'm kind of becoming day by day a NASA stan. Like, she's currently tied with Shannon for like 5th favorite of the season, but I can tell that she is slowly like getting tied with Organza for like my top 4, especially after this runway, especially after this lip sync. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'll talk about that on like the actual full reveal. Anyways, next one. Next we have Organza as Maria Bethânia.
Eu detesto uma coisa de quando você faz qualquer coisa para uma criança assim, tia, eu odeio isso. Eu acho que é uma falta de educação horrível. Filhos assim, até de amigos, assim, tia, não gosto, não sou sua tia. Não me chame de tia.
And that was a really interesting choice, I would say. Because Maria Bethânia is a singer-songwriter from Brazil. She is known as like one of the voices for popular Brazilian music, which in Brazilian Portuguese is música popular brasileira. And it's not like pop music, it's popular Brazilian music. It's not like actual pop. It's just like, you know, Brazilian music, you know? It's hard to explain it. But if I was going to put like her on a genre, I would say that she's kind of like indie. She has a very like interesting way of portraying herself, and I think that Organza did perfectly safe. Her movement, the way that she like would just like freeze in place doing the thing when Greg asks her to like you know, give her her answer, she just have the mic and she just keep pulling on the cord, like pulling and pulling. She did really well. I don't have anything else to say really other than like she did well. She did fairly safe. She was like very much like safe. Next up we have my mother, Miranda Lebrão, as Paola Carosella.
Não, mas também não transaria, não acho ele atrativo.
Não transaria com Darim?
Não, acho que não.
Ele é um gostoso.
Ele é, mas não sei.
It's the second time that Paola is like referenced on this season already. The first time was on the you know, decorating cake mini challenge, because she is an Argentinian chef who came to Brazil in the 2000s, I think, and she's mostly known nowadays for being a judge on the Brazilian version of MasterChef, and for her like quick and also a little bit like harsh like commentary. Miranda was really smart with her portrayal. Miranda was really smart with her portrayal of Paola because she showed us a different side of Paola, a more like relaxed and quirky and fun side of Paola that we can kind of like see on like some interviews or like some shows where like they kind of like get you to do things that are like not on your like comfort zone, I would say. And also like Miranda playing Paola as just like a lesbian for Bruna. She is so smart. She's an actress. Like, she never like left character. She was always there, present. She was really funny with her answers, her mannerisms. When she was like, oh my god, we have the same hairdo, like, ooh. Like, she was really smart. Really, really, really smart. I, like, clear top 3 for me. Just, mwah. Great job. And finally, we have Bettina Plaloide playing Regina Roca.
A frase do dia é: a paz que você procura está no foda-se que você não diz. Domingo se bliquem.
Regina Roca is known for, you know, having that like raspy voice, kind of like she smoked a lot of cigarettes like throughout her life. And she's also known for like really funny like motivational speeches and phrases. Like, oh, this is your daily motivational phrase. And it's just her delivery. Like, I think that the most funny thing is her delivery and her facial expressions. I think that like on the facial expression like sides of things, I don't think that Bettina went fully there, but she did incredibly safe. She did okay. She did fine. Fine enough to be safe. I think that like none of her like motivational phrases like flopped. She had things to say, and I think that this was a really good performance for her. Really good, really good. So yeah, my overall thoughts and feelings for this Snatch game, the first ever Brazilian Snatch game, was I really liked it. We only have 2 people flopping. This is just, again, I love these girls. They are really giving like Brazil so much proud. I'm so proud of them. And now, and this is now the highest rated episode of Drag Race ever. Ever. Eat it. Yes, I love that. Love that, because they did the damn thing. Anyways, see you on the full review for episode 4, episode 5, and 6, plus runways and reviews and references. Yes, bye-bye! Ooh.